Hi dear all, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to discuss present perfect continuous tense. So far we have discussed three tenses in present, simple present, present continuous and present perfect continuous. This present perfect continuous is the last and final tense form in present form. Present perfect continuous tense is otherwise known as present perfect progressive. Progressive means that continuous, an action that is continuing. What is present perfect continuous tense? If we define present perfect continuous denotes an action started in the past and still continuing, or else action has started in the past and still going on at the present. So the action of these tense will be started in the past and that continues through the past, and that action is continuing in the present as well. That means continuing now. കഴിഞ്ഞ കാലത്ത് തുടങ്ങുകയും ആ കാലത്തിലൂടെ തുടർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയും ഇപ്പോഴും പ്രസന്റിൽ തുടർന്നുകൊണ്ടേയും ഇരിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പ്രവൃത്തിയെ സൂചിപ്പിക്കുന്നു. We can see some examples. I have been waiting. ഞാൻ കാത്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. You have been playing. നീ കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. He has been writing a letter. അവൻ ഒരു കത്ത് എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. We have been building this bridge. ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ പാലം പണിതുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. She has been dancing. അവൾ നൃത്തം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. They have been walking. അവർ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. James has been sleeping. ജെയിംസ് ഉറങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. എന്നിങ്ങനെ കാത്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു, കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു, എഴുതിക്കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു എന്നിങ്ങനെ കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ള പ്രയോഗമാണ് present perfect continuous tense. When we add a word been along with has and have in these sentences, we get a continuity of the action. കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു എന്നുള്ള മീനിങ് ആണ് ബീന് കിട്ടുന്നത്. Form of the present perfect continuous tense is that subject plus have been or has been plus verb ing form. That means we have to use have been when the subject is plurals and I. We have to use has been when the subject is third person singulars only. Look at the example. Has been plus V1 plus ing form. That means that will be used along with the singular. Have been plus V1 ing will be used along with all the plurals and along with I. Look at here. He, she, it, this, that plus has been plus V1 ing form, then object in the sentences. Then second, look at the I, we, you, they, these, those plus have been plus V1 ing plus object. We can see some examples. We can understand how this tense form is used in sentences using this structure. Here also you can see subject, verb, then object, complement. Without any change, there is no change in the order of the sentences. We have to use subject, verb, object. We can see the time words of the present perfect continuous tense. What is the time word of present perfect continuous tense? One is since and the other is for. Here since shows a particular time or an exact time. In Malayalam നമുക്ക് മുതൽ എന്ന് വിളിക്കാം. 1970 മുതൽ 1948 മുതൽ അതേപോലെയുള്ള വാക്കുകൾ. For shows a period or a duration of time or an amount of time. വർഷങ്ങളോളം, കാലങ്ങളോളം, മാസങ്ങളോളം, ആഴ്ചകളോളം, സോ ഓളം എന്നുള്ള മീനിങ് ആണ് നമുക്ക് മലയാളത്തിൽ ഫോറിന് കിട്ടുന്നത്. ഫോർ ഷോസ് എൻ എമൗണ്ട് ഓഫ് ടൈം ഓർ എ പീരീഡ് ഓഫ് ടൈം ഓർ എ ഡ്യൂറേഷൻ ഓഫ് ടൈം, ബട്ട് സിൻസ് ഷോസ് എ പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ ടൈം ഓർ എൻ എക്സാക്ട് ടൈം. We can see some examples here. He has been dash wait here since 7 a.m. In this sentence, you can see here since is used as a time word. So it should be changed into present perfect continuous tense. Look at here. He has been waiting. ing form of the verb is used here since 7 a.m. 7 മണി മുതൽ അദ്ദേഹം ഇവിടെ കാത്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. The action has started in the past and continued through the past and continuing in the present as well. When she has been dash write a letter to her husband for the last 6 months. Look at here. For is used to show a period of time for the last 6 months. കഴിഞ്ഞ 6 മാസങ്ങളോളമായി. So we have to change into present perfect continuous tense. That she has been writing a letter to her husband for the last 6 months. In these two examples, we have to identify the time word in the first sentence since as the time word mudal 7 mani mudal. In the second sentence, for is used as the time word to show a duration of time or an amount of time for the last 6 months. കഴിഞ്ഞ 6 മാസങ്ങളോളമായി. Examples in a graphic way. Look at the graph. He has been waiting here for the last 5 hours. Or since the action waiting started at 6 a.m. in the morning and that action is still continuing at 11 a.m. That is the meaning here. That means that the action has started in the past and continued through the past and still continuing now in the present as well. That means he has been waiting here for the last 5 hours. Or he has been waiting here since 6 a.m. These sentences can be expressed in two ways using for or since. If we use since, we have to use since 6 a.m. If we use for, he has been waiting for the last 5 hours. We can see more examples here. John has been dash watch the film for 4 hours. That will be changed into John has been watching the film for 4 hours. 4 മണിക്കൂറുകളോളമായി ജോൺ സിനിമ കണ്ടുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. The boy has been dash play cricket since 9 o'clock. That will be changed into the boy has been playing cricket since 9 o'clock in the morning. Look at the graph here. The action playing started at 9 a.m. in the morning and still continuing. The action started in the past, continued through the present, and that is continuing now at the present. I have been dash work in this college for the last 3 years. How will be this? I have been working in this college for the last 3 years. കഴിഞ്ഞ 3 വർഷങ്ങളോളമായി ഞാൻ ഈ കോളേജിൽ ജോലി ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. 3 വർഷങ്ങളോളമായി. For the last 3 years. An amount of time is used there. We have been dash play tennis since 10 o'clock. In this sentence, you can see since 10 o'clock. It shows an exact time or a particular time. So that will be changed into present perfect progressive. That means we have been playing tennis since 10 o'clock. They have been dash work for the last 3 weeks. Here for is used to show a duration of time. So they have been working for the last 3 weeks. It is an important point that if we use for or since as time words, we cannot express that sentence in present continuous tense. But if we use for or since in a sentence, we that sentence must be expressed in present perfect continuous tense. See the example. He is playing since he was a child. That is a wrong sentence because since is there and it is expressed in present continuous tense. That is an incorrect sentence. But he has been playing since he was a child. That is the right sentence because since is there in the sentence that should be expressed in present perfect continuous tense. Then we can see some of the uses of present perfect continuous tense. Use 1 is, it is duration from the past until now. That means the present perfect continuous is used to express which began in the past and is still continuing. An action that is started in the past and continuing in the present as well. Example, I have been living here since 1967. 1967 മുതൽ ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ താമസിച്ചു കൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. She has been reading for hours. In the sentence you can see for, so she has been reading. The subject is singular, so has been is used. I have been sitting for hours on the river bank. He has been playing tennis since he was a child. Or he has been playing tennis for 20 years. Both sentences are correct. The first sentence shows an exact time period, but the second sentence for 20 years it shows a period of time. They have been learning English for the last 8 months. That means they have been learning English since last February. It has been raining all morning, or it has been raining since 4 a.m. ഇന്ന് രാവിലെ മുതൽ മഴ പെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് രാവിലെ 4 മണി മുതൽ മഴ പെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. They have been talking for the last hour. She has been working at that company for 3 years. What have you been doing for the last 30 minutes? കഴിഞ്ഞ 30 മിനിറ്റ് നേരമായി താങ്കൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുകയാണ്? It is a question. James has been teaching at the university since June. That is used an exact time there since June. We have been waiting here for over 2 hours. ഞങ്ങൾ 2 മണിക്കൂറിലധികമായി ഇവിടെ കാത്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നു. In these sentences you can see the action started in the past and continued through the past and continuing at the present now as well. In the second usage, recently or lately, you can also use the present perfect continuous without a duration such as for 2 weeks, etc. Without the duration, the tense has a more general meaning of lately. We often use the words lately or recently to emphasize this meaning. Examples, recently I have been feeling really tired. Instead of using since, instead of using for, this sentence can be expressed using recently I have been feeling really tired. She has been watching television too much lately. Have you been exercising lately? It's a question. Mary has been feeling a little depressed. Without having a time word, there is a sentence. Lisa has not been practicing her English recently. This sentence is a negative sentence, has not been practicing her English recently. What have you been doing here? In all of these sentences, the action has started in the past and continued through the past and continuing still now in the present as well. These are the uses of present perfect continuous tense in English. So if we change into negative sentences, we have to add not or int into the auxiliary. It is have or has. Here they haven't been dash live here for years. That will be changed into they haven't been living here for years. വർഷങ്ങളോളമായി അവർ ഇവിടെയല്ല താമസിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നത്. Then she hasn't been dash work in the bank for 5 years. She hasn't been working in the bank for 5 years. It hasn't been dash rain a lot this year. It hasn't been raining a lot this year. ഈ വർഷം മഴ പെയ്തുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുന്നില്ല. Then how will be the question? We have to bring the auxiliary to the subject position and keep it all the remaining words as such. Look at here. John has been watching the film for 4 hours. How will be the question? Has John been watching the film for 4 hours? The boy has been playing cricket since 9 o'clock. Has the boy been playing cricket since 9 o'clock? കുട്ടി 9 മണി മുതൽ ക്രിക്കറ്റ് കളിച്ചുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കുക ആണോ? Likewise. Mixed practice here. We have used here present perfect continuous tense and present perfect tense. You have to see the time word and change accordingly the verb into the correct form of the tense. She has been dash wait since 8 a.m. but no bus has reached yet. He dash worked for the last 3 days. But he dash not finish the work yet. They dash play tennis since 10 a.m. But the rain dash stopped the play just before. You have to look at the time word and change accordingly into present perfect continuous or present perfect tense. She has been dash wait since 8 a.m. but no bus dash reach yet. She has been waiting since 8 a.m. but no bus has reached yet. Here in the first part of the sentence, since 8 a.m. shows the present perfect continuous tense. So has been waiting is used. But in the second part of the sentence, yet is there as a unspecified time. So but no bus has reached yet is used there in the sentence. So the second part change it into present perfect tense. In the next sentence, he dash work for the last 3 days, but he dash not finish the work yet. In the first part of the sentence, you can see for the last 3 days. In the second part, you can see yet. So he has been working for the last 3 days, but he has not finished the work yet. The first part is changed into present perfect continuous and the second part is changed into present perfect tense. They dash play tennis since 8 a.m. but the rain dash stopped the play just before. That means they have been playing tennis since 8 a.m. In the first part of the sentence, time word is since, so that should be changed into present perfect continuous tense. That means they have been playing tennis since 10 a.m. But in the second part of the sentence, you can see just before. That is a time indication for present perfect tense. So, but rain has stopped the play just before. Then look at these examples here. Statement, questions and negative sentences. How to form statement, negative statements, questions and negative of present perfect continuous tense. Statement, you have been waiting here for 2 hours. Question, have you been waiting here for 2 hours? Negative, you have not been waiting here for 2 hours. We have discussed statement, questions, negative forms in the earlier video. You have to watch that video before you continue this video present perfect continuous tense. Thank you for watching this video.